blog at 98rock.com and Star Goddess every Monday where we have a podcast. And the air and fire signs have the lead this week, right?
They're hot. For the last month, we've had the sun in Virgo, which was very, very good for the earth and the water signs. But now, as of today, that energy is shifted with the sun going into Libra. It joins Venus that went there last week, but it also joins Mercury, the planet of communication, in the sign of Libra. So it's sort of like three things in that sign. It's going to be very favorable for the fire and air signs. And then because we're the moon is waning in sign, it's getting smaller, so it's kind of a finishing up thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're talking about here is the things that you can begin to think about putting into motion all of the month as well as this week. So I thought I would start with Libra, the sign that we're in. And for Libras, it is all about them. It's all about them getting their wants need, their Mets need. You can always spot a Libra because they have dimples in either these cheeks or their other cheeks, and they are uncommonly charming.
So to focus on that, I thought it was pretty interesting that each sign there's a physical attribute.
There are tells that go. Each different sign rules a different part of the body. And since the zodiac starts with Aries, Aries rules the head from the nose up. And a lot of times Aries will have either a broken nose, they'll have a little, like Rondé Barber just got initiated into the ring of honor.
Yep.
And he's got the cutest little football-shaped scar over his eyebrow. Literally, it looks like the stitches on a football, and he's an Aries. And so that rules the head from here up. Taurus rules the ears and the throat. Gemini rules the things that you have two of, 2 hands, shoulders, and lungs are ruled by Gemini. Cancer rules the stomach, the breast, and then fluid-filled sacs like the eyeballs. Even though they're in the domain of Aries in the head, it rules the eyeballs. Leo rules the heart area and the thoracic vertebrae, which is why Leos have a terrible time bowing, because they're not gonna submit, is how they are. Virgo rules the small intestine and the duodenum and the pancreas. And the Virgo disease is the longing for what might have been, where Virgo goes, oh, it would have been perfect if you only would have done this or this, and that's what sets that up. Libra rules the lower back and the kidneys. Scorpio rules the elimination and regeneration organs. It's the sexual organs for the most part, and the descending colon, and Scorpios get told all the time, man, you're a pain in the ass. And that's kind of why. And I'm going to get a nasty letter from a Scorpio because I said that they were sneaky, and she wrote me and said, I'm not sneaky. It's like, I think you're sneakily trying to get a reading here. Yeah. Sagittarian rules the locomotor regions of the body, the gluteus maximus, the butt and the thighs, and the liver. Capricorn rules the knees, the joints, and the bony structures of the body. Aquarius rules the ankles, and one of the running backs got taken out of the game yesterday.
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, and he's an Aquarian. He's got like 3 or 4 planets in Aquarius, and apparently he's had trouble with ankle problems to start out with, because Aquarius rules the ankles and the circulatory system, and then Pisces rules the feet. And I had to laugh because the kicker that missed the kicks. Yeah, he's a Pisces, and he wears this crazy green, day-glow green sneaker just to be. Yeah, I'd get rid of that sneaker if I was him.
Yeah, so. Very distracting when you're.
Yeah. So, for Libras, it's all about them, and it's if they're single, they'll attract somebody. If they're married, their marriage goes well. Partnership issues are very important for Libras because they don't like to do it alone.
And this is back to the fire and air signs.
Right. These are the fire and air signs that are so hot this week. For Scorpios, not so much. For Scorpios, it's a good time to sit back and shut up, just to zip their lip for almost 30 days. Okay. Because when the sun is behind your sign, you have no energy, you have no vitality, you don't really feel like getting out of bed in the morning. If you're going to do yourself in, that's when it will happen. And it's sort of you're better off, Scorpio, observing what's going on rather than throwing your 2 cents in yet, because all you can do is dig a deeper hole for yourself. And you really don't want to do that. You want to kind of let that energy.
Observe.
Yeah, that they're not likely to do that. I could tell them that, and they're going to ignore me, as a rule. Sagittarians, this is great energy for them to achieve a long-standing hope, wish, goal, or objective. But for the Sagittarian, the group is going to make the achievement, not just the individual Sagittarian. The Sagittarian will benefit from what the group does, and I can't help but think that also bodes well for you, because your co-host is a Leo, but his rising sign is Sagittarius. So, long-standing hope, wish, goal, or objective is within sight for the Sagittarians.
So come Thursday, we could be
I do. And I don't want to say that because I would hate to, because number one, I hate to be wrong, period.
Right.
No matter what, I hate to be wrong.
But I gotta hold
and
you
then-
to it, but it's
yeah, but
encouraging.
then to be wrong and get your hopes up for something would
Right.
be awful for me. So I would say that I'm cautiously optimistic, but I don't see any real obvious knockout factors. Like I wouldn't say, yeah, don't take the plane ride.
Okay.
I would not say that
Okay.
in this case. And for Sagittarians, it's a cool time because you get the group to give the Sagittarian what the Sagittarian wants. You gotta like that. For Capricorns, this energy is in the 10th house of career and public standing. And I don't know whether the Capricorn is deciding about a business decision, a professional decision, or professional decisions are being made about the Capricorn. It's kind of hard for me to tell because it's a career and public standing thing. But I do know that whatever it is, the weighing out occurs all of this month. And then they get their answer. And I think it's a very positive answer starting in December. So I don't know whether the bosses are evaluating their performance and going to go, yeah, we're going to keep you, or the bosses are evaluating their performance and you're thinking, man, I need to find a better place to be. I don't know which one it is. I just know that the evaluating is going on now, and I don't think there's anything the Capricorn can do to influence it. It's sort of, that's already been in the works.
Gotcha.
So it's sort of, it's the letting the chips fall where they may kind of deal. But I think at the end of the day, the takeaway for Capricorns is they get a brand new start in December, and it's a fabulous one for them. For Aquarians, this energy is in the 9th house of the law, legal matters, educational matters, long distance travel, important matters at a distance, any kind of contracts, any kind of negotiations go very, very favorably for the Aquarian. And the Aquarian really does have the upper hand in the negotiation. And what the Aquarian's got to remember is that the person who appears to care the least controls the negotiation. And you
so
may
what's the
care
what's the day of
more.
Aquarian again, one time?
Yeah, the Aquarius runs from the 19th of January to the 19th or so of February.
Okay.
So, and for them, the law's on their side, and when the law's on your side, you want to use it. That's an important thing. But any kind of negotiation is very favorable for the Aquarian. For Pisces, you ask, our kicker, I think Pisces have a real come to Jesus meeting this weekend, this coming week. I think there is something
In all different categories.
all different categories. This energy is all in their 8th house of profound transformations. And so I think it's a very positive kind of an energy because something gets revealed that helps the Pisces go forward in a very positive manner. So
Like maybe changing your shoe color.
yeah, I keep going back to that. When I watched that kid get blocked, I swear to you, because I had a softball team one time and we dressed them in hot pink thinking, oh, that would be cool. Except they got thrown out every time because you could see them the moment they took off from the base. So the next year, my team was wearing clay-colored shirts. So they're kind of like the stealth
Yeah.
team. And I think it's the same thing with this shoe. And I think the shoe also distracts him because when you're bringing your foot up to kick, you can't miss that color. And if your eyes are off just a teeny
Yeah,
weeny
absolutely.
bit, you change your eye level, you change the placement, and that's why his kicks went wide. So I reckon, and I know he's done it before, but he's a soccer player to start out with. So change your shoe, dude. For Aries, and then I think he can be great because he showed moments of
Yeah,
brilliance.
I'm saying, he's
You know,
totally-
52-yard
he's
boot.
totally- yeah.
60 yards.
Yeah, I mean that was quite the boot, and so I just think that's what it takes to do that. For Aries, this energy, the Sun, Mercury, and Venus are all in their 7th house of public image, of making a good impression, making a very favorable type of thing. It's a good partnership time. They've done very, very well at work the last month or so, and now it's time to go ahead and take your accolades for doing that. And again, that makes me think, because your rising sign is Aries, that there's good news at the end of the day. I don't think you get done in. I think that you end up smiling as a result of it. So
Okay.
just
All
hoping
right.
with
It's getting
that.
exciting now. I'm starting to get a little.
Again, I don't want
I'm
to.
getting a little excited now. Yeah.
You're getting a little optimism.
You know,
Yeah,
just
I mean-
I would be cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, I'm definitely cautiously
I mean, I'd be happy just to
optimistic, but you just hit the nail
Like
on
the
the head.
bronze-
I was gonna
like
say,
the bronze
I'm
medal
so
winner. Happy to be on the
honored
podium.
That we're nominated and that I'm, that
Yeah.
I'm going, that this is even happening.
Happy
Like,
to
this
be on the
is-
podium.
Exactly.
Just looking around, go, this is a great place. I'm
Yeah.
glad I'm here. Here is good.
No matter what happens,
Yeah.
I'm incredibly
Come what may.
thrilled.
Yeah.
Thrilled. But if we win,
So much the better.
Woo,
Like they say in
yes.
Spanish, tanto mejor. It would be much better. And that takes me to, but also, in light of that, their love life picks up dramatically too.
For Aries?
Yeah, for Aries, because Venus is in their 7th house of partners, an intimate one-to-one relationship. So it's a good time to start a new one of those if that area has been lacking.
Oh.
And if you're married, then that goes very well. The partnership goes well. So it's a very favorable time to be in Aries, which is also good for Bruce Arians because I think his moon sign is Aries, so he'll be feeling a little better too. Scared me when he dropped to his knee after the game. I thought, oh no, he's having a heart attack. And I thought, man, I was had a heart attack and my heart's in good shape. So watching that kick. For Tauruses, his energy is in the 6th house of work and responsibilities. And it's a really good time for Tauruses to doing their job to the best of their ability, which again, you know, when I look at his rising sign, I look at your rising sign, and then I look at Tauruses, and I see that Venus and the Sun and Mercury are all in the 6th house of work, health, and responsibilities. And a lot of times that's when some obstacle that had been in your way gets out of your way. It's a very good time for work-related things. It's not necessarily a promotion to the corner office, but it's easier to do your job and a better result for doing your job.
Okay.
You know, and that to me also says cautious optimism as far as that goes.
Okay.
And then if you want to meet somebody, you want to meet them at work because where you find Venus is where you find love. So
Really?
both things, when I look at you, both things are saying, you know, the love boat should be pulling into your station any moment. That's really what that says. And then for Geminis, I'm glad Ryan's not here because he would like to hear this. He has Venus and Mercury and the Sun all in his 5th house of children, sports, gambling, amusements, pleasures, entertaining. It's a good time
Fantasy
to do
leagues.
That's my thought with that. The Millennial Falcon. Likely to do pretty well over the next 30 days or so. And
Wow,
man,
he's got
won't
fire here lately.
won't he be fun to live with? Yeah, but it's about time. They had a really rough September, so they're looking forward to, you know, the Libra stuff being a lot better for them. And it's one of those air signs I was talking about that they have a great week. For Cancers, boy, not so much. Cancer, this energy is a struggle for them, as Antonio Brown is finding out right about now, because he's a Cancer. Yeah, and it's tough times at home, and it
He's a
is.
Cancer?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's appropriate. That's kind of an analogy there, right?
Yeah. And he's really going to be hiding out at home because there's no place for him to go. And I had to laugh when he said, I'm retiring. And it's like, yeah, that means somebody offered you a contract.
Somebody's flying football team's going to get a really good player.
Oh,
right
yeah.
there,
Yeah. Yikes. So, but it's the nadir of their chart. It traditionally is their lowest time of year when the Sun and Mercury and Venus are all in their 4th house of home. They just want to kind of stay home and eat worms, you know, and they're going to do that for about 3 or 4 weeks, and then they'll come back out. But I thought it was kind of interesting that he went from being, yeah, I'm on top of the world, and I'm going to, you know, change where I'm going and what I'm doing. I'm going to win a Super Bowl. Yeah, you're not playing anywhere.
Wow.
You know, that's disappointing. But I think the NFL is making an example out of him. I think you shoot one guy in the head in front of God and everybody, and everybody else goes, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Wasn't there?
Guys would start learning, but God,
Yeah, you would think.
the celebrities kind of intoxicate some people.
It does. They
sometimes,
get, you know, they start to believe their own press kind of deal. And there was some other player that was going to emulate and kind of do the same thing. Wanted to get out of it. Weren't we looking at some guy from the Jags or Carolina? Some guy who was doing the same thing, pitching a fit, and I haven't heard anything about him this week.
Right.
You know, because you kind of went, wow, maybe that's not a good plan, pissing off the coach or punching a general manager. Not going to get a good result.
No.
So, and for Cancers everywhere, they're finding that out. For Leos, this is great energy for Leo. It's a great week to be in Leo because the moon goes into Leo on Tuesday, Wednesday, and doesn't go into Virgo until Thursday. So Leos are really at the top of their game. It is a really cool time to be a Leo. Short distance, short duration travel, outs and backs. They find that they are able to manage their schedule better, that they've, in the last maybe 90 days or so, they've thrown a whole bunch of stuff up on the wall. A lot of it fell off, and now whatever's left, they want to incorporate into their day-to-day living so they're not feeling like they're lurching from thing to thing to thing. It's going to be a much smoother segue for them to be able to budget their time to do all the things that they want to put into motion. So
Got a little coach. I'm doing some coaching now.
that's how all of us start coaching, by the way. We're standing on the sidelines. We watch some jerk coaching our kids and go, oh my God, I can't shut up.
Can Leos and Leos work good together? Because I got somebody that's kind of approached me about doing some work together, and I'm not sure.
Depends on who's the star. Because the Leo's got to be the star.
So
As long as they understand that the Leo is the star, and that whoever it is that's bringing them is going to be the support for the star,
Right.
And then the reason why that is that each planet, each sign of the zodiac is ruled by a different planet. And Leo is ruled by the sun, and it's the only planet, it's the only sign of the zodiac ruled by the sun. And the sun is the center of the solar system, and all of the planets revolve around the sun.
Gotcha.
So that's why Leos think, and that's exactly the way it should be. And Leos think, boy, if they die, the world ends.
So
and
how does that work for two then? Two Leos?
one thing, they have to make sure that they have a very clear understanding of who's the star and who's the support from the get-go, or they will knock one another out of the way to get to the mirror. So that's, you got to go.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, you have to.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
you have to be really clear on whose role is what. And even if the Leo that's brought into it isn't the star, they need to think they are the star.
Okay, gotcha.
So, and that's the thing with there, and they get to negotiate a fairly good. And actually for Leos this week, a good bluff would work.
Okay.
So they need to know that because there's a time and a place to do that. And then for Virgos, they don't care. It's about the money. It's about making more money. It's about, and this is not money falling out of the sky on you, although it will if you dance naked and burn money for prosperity. But in this case, this is the Virgo wanting to make more money based on the fruits of their labor, what it is that they do. And again, Virgo, you're not going to be able to do it alone. You need to partner up. And because Mercury is in Libra, it tells me that the Virgo needs to partner up with somebody younger than them rather than older than them, that they need a younger partner to make whatever it is the Virgo is planning to do to make money to be more successful is what that's going to take. So
I am going to find a way to burn money and dance naked tonight.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
If I don't make it into works because I got arrested.
Yeah, and even if it's not-
I'm going to try somehow, some way.
you know, and
to do
even
this.
if it's not naked, it's the idea of that.
I just want to go naked.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I have a very private backyard if you'd like to come by.
I was gonna say, do you have to be outside? Like, can I
No.
dance naked in my
Yeah,
house?
you can.
I can in the house. And,
It,
that's
and
fine.
it's
I'm
really
just burning the money
it's the
outside.
recognition that I am nothing. God, you are everything without your indulge. And again,
Gotcha.
I don't care what you name that which can create something out of nothing. Each religion's got a different name for it, got a different person for it, but it's basically that which can create something out of nothing. With that's being indulgence or grace. None of us would make it through.
Okay.
So and it kind of humbles me. And I, like I said, I've been doing this since 1987. And the one time I didn't do it, I lost a $3.1 million judgment. So you can bet. I was in a travel trailer park one time bringing an RV back from Louisiana. I was like, okay, I'm never going to see any of these people again. Put my sunglasses on and went outside.
Me, lighter, flip-flops tonight.
Right?
Yeah, you don't get any more if
Got
you
it.
burn a 20. So
That's worth a shot.
Well,
No,
you
it's
got
the
an-
worst that
it's
can
a
happen.
dollar. It's a
Besides
dollar, and I
Florida
just-
or not Florida.
yeah, exactly. So
Local radio DJ arrested for dancing
that's
naked.
right. That's right. Wait, let me finish burning this dollar bill. So, but I've had clients that, you know, when I've suggested that, they've kind of looked at me, rolled their eyes, tried it, and then call me next year and go, when's the equinox? And I have a whole list of people that I have to text
Wow.
before, because one time I didn't do it and I got a nasty note going, hey, you let me down. You didn't even tell me. It's like, golly, I'm sorry. Okay, so that's tomorrow's news today for the 12 signs of the zodiac with the equinox, and we're heading towards a new moon on Saturday, so
Cool.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yay.
Yay.
Make sure that if you are thinking about maybe having a kid, that this
Oh,
your
yeah.
birthday
We had a
app
phone
is
call
really
about
cool.
that.
Yeah, we had some calls earlier.
We did. We had a call earlier about this, and it's like, well, which one of us is at fault? And it's like, I don't think it's either one of you. I think
Yeah, somebody called up
it's
and
the
said, you
wrong
know, they
time.
the one or the other for not being able to have the baby, but you're saying it's just a timing
I
thing,
think it's the
right?
timing. It's the when, because I mean, and let's face it, if the rhythm method worked, there really would not be 90 million Catholics in the world.
Doesn't
Irish
work.
guys would have figured it out after the fifth or sixth kid. They wouldn't have to have 20 of them.
Yeah.
You know, and it really, and I just read a study in Science News that talked about the two most popular fertility apps. They looked at over 200,000 different women, and when they added it all up and did all the data, those apps that were based on your temperature and the 10 to 14 days after were accurate 24% of the time.
Wow.
You
that's
know,
it?
see, that's it. Yes, and all these women that are trying so hard to get babies, and they're going, okay, not tonight, honey. We got to save your sperm up for this 10 to 14 days, and then they're not pregnant.
Wow.
So, and that's why I did this fertility app, so you could literally, actually, I originally did it for my male clients who wanted to live dangerously. You know, and they didn't really believe the girl. I was like, hey, honey, when were you born? And go, oh, no, that's not a
There's
good
an
day.
app for that.
Yeah, there's an app for that. Yeah. The Living Dangerously app. And then also for people doing in vitro. You know, it's $20,000 a pop. You know, and you go to the doctor and you go, is there a guarantee? They go, no. I mean, I have clients that it was their third one when they called and said, please, we've spent $50,000. This is our last $20,000. Can you help us out? It's like, yeah, tell the doctor you want to do it on this day. And they said, why? I said, because that's when your egg is receptive, and Dominic is now 9 or 10.
Wow.
So, I mean, it really does. And I look at him and go, humor me. You know, doctors look at a blank calendar and go, okay, Tuesday looks good, and your egg might not be receptive. So
It's available on Android right now, right?
yes, it's available on Android and Google Play, and you can get it on my webpage at stargoddesses.com.
All right.
So good place to go. Got
Next
nothing to
week,
lose and
this-
everything to
this
Well,
gain.
time-
no, not next week. She's taking next
Oh,
week
that's
off.
right.
I am. I have a wedding to go to.
All right,
My niece
well-
took my own advice and she goes, hey, what's the best month to get married? I said, what kind of a marriage do you want? And she said, I want an equal one. Libra, that's the best time. It's an equal opportunity kind of marriage. And in the zodiac, it rules partnerships because the symbol is a line with a little like a thing on top of it, and where it yokes two people together. It's not the sign of balance or the scales. It's actually the yoke yoking two people together. So Libra's a good time to do that for an equal rights kind of a marriage.
Here we go.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. Well,
Yeah.
we'll talk to you again then Monday, October
Yes,
7th.
yes, and good
Sorry,
luck
that's
on
every
Thursday.
Monday right here on 98rock.com.